Well, hello there, friend. I'm so glad you've joined me today. Tell me, have you ever woken up, looked around the room and thought, is this what getting older is supposed to feel like? A bit quieter, a bit lonelier? Maybe your phone doesn't ring as often as it used to, or perhaps you find yourself missing those long chats over coffee, the kind where hours just slipped away. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And what if I told you that rekindling those connections isn't just good for your heart, it could actually add years to your life? You see, science has uncovered something remarkable. After 70, our social bonds aren't just nice to have, they're as vital as eating well or staying active. Researchers from Harvard and beyond have found that strong social ties can lower stress, boost immunity, and even help us live longer. One study tracked thousands of people for decades and discovered that those with rich social lives lived significantly longer than those who felt isolated. Isn't that astounding? Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it can quietly chip away at our health. But here's the beautiful part. It's never too late to rewrite that story. In this video, we'll explore 4 simple, joyful ways to stay connected. No marathon running or tech wizardry required. We'll start with 2 today. Rekindling old friendships and discovering new communities. Then in our next chat, we'll dive into 2 more powerful ways to weave connection into your daily life. So, let's begin right where your heart already lives, with the people who've known you forever. First point, rekindle old friendships and cherish existing ones. Think about your dearest friend from years ago. Maybe it's Doris from your teaching days, or Bill who worked beside you at the factory. When was the last time you heard their voice? That flutter you feel just thinking about them. That's your soul nudging you. Reaching out might feel daunting. Maybe. It's been years, but trust me, it's simpler than you think. Just last month I helped my neighbor, Martha, she's 78, send a handwritten note to her childhood friend, Ruth. They'd lost touch after Ruth moved to Arizona decades ago. Martha worried, what if she doesn't remember me? Well, guess what? Ruth called her within a week, crying tears of joy. Now they talk every Sunday while knitting, just like they did at 16. Start small. Dig out your old address book or that dusty photo album. Find one person whose smile still warms your memory. Send a short letter. I was thinking of our picnic at Miller's Pond and wondered how you are. Or call and say, I heard our song on the radio today. It made me smile. No grand speech is needed. And if you're thinking, but what if they're gone? Reach out to their family. You might discover a daughter who'd love to share stories of her mom with you. And don't overlook the friends you already have. Jean, a viewer from Florida, told me she and her bridge club started Tuesday tea calls during the pandemic. Now, even though they meet in person again, they kept the calls. Sometimes, she said, it's easier to share worries over the phone than face to face. So pick up that receiver. Invite George for a stroll in the park. These moments stitch safety nets for our hearts and our health. Second point, join community groups that spark joy. Now, what about new connections? I know, walking into a room full of strangers can feel intimidating. But here's a secret. At this stage of life, everyone is hungry for kinship. And the best part? You get to choose exactly what lights you up. Take my friend Harold, 82. After his wife passed, he barely left his apartment. Then his granddaughter signed him up for a birdwatching group at the local nature center. On his first day, he met Betty, a widow who could identify every sparrow. Song? And Stan, a retired mailman with binoculars older than his grandkids. Now Harold's leading their Tuesday walks. I didn't just find friends, he told me. I found my flock. What makes your eyes light up? Is it gardening, painting, swing dancing, book clubs? Local senior centers, libraries, and churches are treasure troves. Don't see a group you love? Start one. post a note at the grocery store, knit and chat starting Tuesday at 10 a.m. in Community Room B, all skill levels welcome. Or join online communities if getting out is tricky. More on that next time. Remember, it's not about crowds, it's about shared sparks. My Aunt Rose joined a poetry circle with just 4 members. They meet in her sunroom, reading Mary Oliver and sipping chamomile. We don't just share poems, she says, we share our lives. That's the magic. When we gather around something we love, walls tumble down. Look at us, already 2 wonderful ways to weave connection back into your days. Reaching out to old friends and discovering new kindred spirits in groups you love. But what if mobility or distance makes this challenging? Or what if you're yearning for a deeper sense of purpose in your connections? That's exactly where we'll go next time. We'll talk about how technology, yes, even for those who swear they're not techie, can shrink miles into moments. And we'll explore how giving back through volunteering can fill your life with meaning and friendships. So, pour yourself a cuppa, and I'll meet you right here for part 2. You're doing something beautiful for yourself just by being here. And I'm so grateful you came. Until next time, take good care. Take good. Welcome back, my friend. Last time we talked about the magic of reconnecting with old pals and finding your flock in community groups. But what if getting out feels tougher these days? Or maybe your loved ones live states away. Don't you worry. Today, we're diving into 2 more beautiful ways to stay connected, no matter what life throws your way. Let's start with something many of us shy away from: technology. Now, before you click away, hear me out. I know. Phones with more buttons than your first car. Tablets that feel like alien gadgets. But what if I told you these tools can bring your granddaughter's laugh into your living room? Or let you share stories with a friend in Australia? It's not about mastering every feature. It's about using what serves you. And trust me, it's easier than baking a pie crust. Third point. Embrace simple technology to bridge distances. Remember Martha from last time? The one who reconnected with Ruth? Well, her grandson set up a device called a portal on her TV stand. Now, every Sunday after knitting, she taps one green button, and Ruth's face appears life-sized on her screen. It's like she's right here in my parlor, Martha says. We even show each other our roses. You don't need fancy gadgets. Start with what you know. Video calls. Ask a grandchild or neighbor to help set up Zoom or FaceTime once. Save that. Think? When my Uncle Ernie calls me, he just taps my photo on his iPad. If he forgets, his daughter added a sticky note. Tap smiley face, then tap Helen's picture. Photo sharing. Texting pictures is simpler than you think. Carol, 76, sends her hiking club a daily sunrise shot from her porch. Her flip phone, she just aims, presses the camera icon, picks a name and hits send. Takes 10 seconds, she winks. Online groups, sites like Senior Chats or Grandparents Unplugged let you join conversations without leaving your armchair. Type slowly, use voice to text. Just speak near your phone. Hello everyone, I'm Betty from Iowa. I love growing peonies. Stumbled trying to turn on your tablet yesterday. Me too. Ask for help. Libraries offer free tech tutoring for seniors, or invite a teen neighbor over for cookies in exchange for a tech tea lesson. As our viewer Frank says, my 14-year-old tutor calls me Gramps and tells me I'm her favorite student. Makes us both feel special. Fourth point. Find purpose and connection through volunteering. Now, let's talk about a different kind of connection, one that fills your soul and your social calendar. Volunteering. After 70, we carry lifetimes of wisdom, patience, and kindness. Sharing that? It's like planting seeds in a garden you'll never stop seeing bloom. Take Grace, 81. She felt adrift after retiring from nursing. Then she discovered Seniors Reading to Seniors, a program where she reads aloud to homebound elders via phone. Every Tuesday I call Mrs. Evans in Nebraska, Grace told me. We've never met, but when I read her Agatha Christie novels, she gasps at the twists. We've become mystery-solving partners. What makes your heart hum? Share your skills. Teach quilting at the community center. Tutor a child in math over video call. Offer to proofread newsletters for local charities. Micro-volunteering. Only have an hour a week. Walk dogs at the shelter. Knit hats for preemies or write letters to soldiers. Legacy projects. Record oral histories for your town's historical society. Or help immigrants practice English conversation at the library. And here's the secret no one tells you. Volunteering isn't just giving, it's receiving. Studies show seniors who volunteer just 2 hours a week have lower rates of depression, sharper minds, and yes, longer lives. Why? Because helping others reminds us we matter, we belong. Host, standing near a window, golden light streaming in. So here we are, 4 powerful ways to weave connection into your golden years. We've covered reigniting old friendships, finding your flock in groups, using tech to shrink miles and filling your cup through giving. But how do we make these connections truly meaningful? How do we turn chats into lifelines and outings into joy? That's where we'll go next time. We'll explore how to deepen these bonds, nurture your spirit through simple daily interactions, and create a social life that doesn't just add years to your life, but life to your years. So until then, why not try one small thing? Call that old friend, email your grandkid a photo, or just wave extra long to the mail carrier. Every connection counts. You're doing beautifully. I'll see you soon for our final chat. Hello again, dear friend. Here we are, our final chat about weaving connection into the tapestry of your life after 70. We've talked about rekindling old friendships, finding your flock, using simple tech, and filling your cup through giving back. But today, we get to the heart of it all. How to turn these connections into deep, nourishing wells of joy that don't just lengthen your life, but make every day richer. You know, science has uncovered something beautiful. It's not just having people around that matters, it's how deeply we feel seen, heard, and valued by them. Think of it like sunshine on a garden. Light alone isn't enough. The soil needs to soak it in. So how do we help our hearts soak in that goodness? Let's start with the power of presence. Deepening point. Prioritize meaningful moments over quantity. You don't need a packed social calendar to thrive. In fact, trying to keep up can leave us exhausted. What truly feeds our souls are those moments when time seems to slow down, when laughter comes easy, or a quiet understanding passes between you and another soul. My neighbor Edna puts it perfectly. One real conversation over soup means more than 10 rushed hellos at a party. Try this. Next time you're with someone, whether it's your granddaughter on video call or stand from birdwatching, pause, breathe, ask one question that goes deeper than the weather. What's made you smile this week? What's something you're proud of lately? What memory always makes you feel warm inside? When my friend Leo asked his barber, "What's the kindest thing someone's ever done for you?" Well, that simple question turned a haircut into a friendship. Now they meet monthly for coffee, swapping stories about growing up in the 1950s. That's the magic. Curiosity opens doors, hearts walk through. Daily ritual. Weave micro-connections into your routine. Connection doesn't always need planning. Tiny everyday moments build resilience too, like stitching golden threads through ordinary days. Science calls this micro-connections, and they're powerful antidotes to loneliness. Morning. Wave to the neighbor walking their dog. Say, "Good morning, Scout." You'll both glow. Afternoon, chat with the cashier at the market, ask her name, notice her kindness. Evening, leave a voice message for a friend. Heard our song today, thought of you. Margaret, 84, told me she started smiling at strangers on benches. One day a man smiled back and said, "You made my day brighter." Now we share that bench every Tuesday. These moments remind us We belong to each other. The ripple effect. How your joy inspires others. Here's the secret no one tells you enough. When you reach out, when you choose courage over comfort, you give others permission to do the same. You become a lighthouse. Remember Grace, our volunteer reader? Well, Mrs. Evans, the woman in Nebraska who listens to her mysteries, started writing letters to her old college roommate because Grace's calls made her feel less alone in the world. And that roommate? She joined a gardening club, one connection, countless ripples. Your courage to call an old friend, to walk into that art class alone, to ask the grandkid for tech help. It's not just for you. It's a quiet revolution against isolation. It whispers to others, come on in, the water's warm, your invitation to a fuller life. So let's bring it all together, shall we? Staying vibrantly connected after 70 isn't about doing more, it's about feeling more. Cherish the friends who've walked decades with you. Find your flock around shared joys. Let simple tech shrink the miles. Pour your wisdom into others. Through giving, seek depth, not just activity, and let tiny everyday kindnesses be your superpower. These bonds, they're your legacy. They're the quiet strength that lowers blood pressure, lifts your spirit, and yes, science confirms, adds precious years to your life. But more than that, they make those years glow. I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Did you reconnect with someone? Join a new group? Share a sunrise photo? Tell us what lit up your heart. You might inspire someone feeling hesitant today. And if this resonated, please tap that like button. It helps others find our little corner of kindness. Want more gentle guidance for thriving in your wisdom years? Hit subscribe and tap the bell. It's free and it lets you know when we share new videos on living joy. Thank you for walking this path with me today. When loneliness whispers, it's too late, remember, here at Elderly Paradox we hold sanctuary for the unspoken wisdom inside you. Press subscribe. Let's unveil the gold in these years together.